Hey, geezer back here with you. Still too wet. It's the next morning, and I looked, it's too wet to even fool it already. I'm going to try, just leave her sit there until Friday. Got to go to the big city tomorrow. That'll take up all day, so. And if it don't rain, and then Friday may be dry enough to get it out of here. I don't know. We'll see. But at any rate, I done come down here and rigged this baby up with my 5-to-1 pulley system. And we're going to see if we can pull this bad boy out of here with the mule. Will it work? Don't know. It's worth a try. It's been gnawing at me that it's laying here, so. What I got here is I got 2 pulleys, and pull rope is tied off to the load. So, since the pull rope's tied off to the load, you can count the number of ropes, lines, to get your ratio. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a 5-to-1. Or another way to remember it is if this load was hanging in the air, how many lines do you have supporting the load? And again, it'd be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a 5-to-1. We got it up here to our handy dandy tree. Now, one other time I had a thing rigged up something like this, and I pulled the tree plumb out of the ground, but I think this one will hold. So the yellow pulley here is nothing but a change of direction. It don't count. The 2 silver pulleys are part of our 5-to-1. So we got the anchor line tied off to the load. Where is it? Right here, right there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more lines. So we got a 5-to-1. And I put the mule up there, kind of where the trail takes a little dip, a little flat. Maybe I can get a little better start. It's still pretty damp here. So maybe I can get a little better start before it wants to slip, and see if we can pull this bad boy on up here a ways. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm off to go up and start the mule and see if it'll pull. You're on your own. Jump out of the way if the log comes flying up at you. Or if the rope breaks and wants to smack you upside the face. Here we go. I made it up here to the turn of the trail, so something moved. Now, I have to walk back down and see what we got. Gather up some rope, and then come get the mule and bring it down. And it certainly seems like it moved. All right, pulling on the bites out. Let's walk back down the hill. A lot of walking involved in woodwork out here. But keeps me from being obese. Wouldn't take me long to become obese if I sat on the couch and did nothing, I can tell you that. Just over winter I get chunky, become a chunky monkey over winter. Now, oh yeah, move some. It's picking up some debris here. Let's move some of this debris out of the way. Since I started so far up the hill, didn't have a long distance to pull, maybe I'll try coming back down a little farther before I pull this next time. Get some of this debris and mud out of the way. Yeah, come a little bit. Put in some tomato plants, some pepper plants yesterday, and some lemon cucumber seeds I planted. And when I was at the greenhouse the other day, she had some straight A cucumber plants all ready to go. So I grabbed a couple of them. I like straight A's. I like lemon cucumbers better. So gave them all good watering this morning. There we go. Got them pulleys. Wish I could put them 3 feet higher and lift this baby up a little bit as it's coming. Be a little better, but it is what it is. Okay. Maybe this is going to work, huh? What I have to do now is back the mill back down here and gather up the loose rope and then try it again. So hang tough. We'll be right back. Okay, I reckon we're ready for another try at a pull. Got the rope gathered up, shortened up. I backed the mule back down just a little bit farther than it was before. So if it starts to move, I can get a little longer pull, maybe. So we'd start the mule up here and give it another try. Got back to the bend in the trail again, so I can't see from here. That moved. Of course, being how we're using 5 to 1, I gotta move 50 foot of rope to move the log 10 feet. So, and I'm making short pulls, so I ain't going far, I guess. Look down and see where we're at here. Oh yeah, moved nice. I can see now. Almost to the trail. I don't want to get it out on the trail till after I can get old Red turned around and up here so we can pull it out, because the mule ain't going to pull this one out for sure. So I just want to get it up close to the trail. Okay, now it's time to repeat what we did, Bob. Gather up the loose excess rope, back the mule back down the hill, and get ready to try it again. Only the next one won't be so far, because it's getting pretty close to the trail now. Let me just get a little bit more. All right, hang on, I'll be back. All right, well, here we go again. You can see the orange pulleys there. They're just right near the trail. So I got everything hooked up again, rope shortened. So we'll try and pull it. If I can time it right, I'd like to have the end of the log end up right about here. Then when I get old Red out of it, and we can hook old Red up and pull it on up the hill. But old Red's stuck till Friday anyway. Maybe longer if it rains between now and then. They say there's a 10% today, so I imagine that means monsoon coming. All right, here we go. I'm thinking that'll do. don't want to push my luck here and something bad happened to make it worse. So we'll just go with that. We can deal, if I need to move it some more, we can do that after we get old Red out of there and up past it. I was kind of worried I'd pull it too far and block the trail, and then I couldn't get old Red past it. But that's just about right. I think that'll work just fine. Then we get old Red up past here and hook up to it. If we need to, we put a pulley on, pull it over a little bit up on the trail. But I think if I can get old Red here, hook to it, because the end is free. It might hit that little tree, but it might not. It might pull past before it swings around there. So I think that'll work for today. Ain't much else I can do. And the whole operation may change after I see the doctor tomorrow and see what he wants to do. May have to start splitting wood and get my woodshed full, but I don't know, we'll see. But that's pretty good today. If I could just get old Red back up here. Really problem on these steep trails, once you start losing traction, you're done. The first thing that happens is the treads fill up with mud and it gets mud caked all around and it's just mud on mud. You can't go nowhere. So I should have known better to bring it down here yesterday. After a good rain, I need at least a week for these trails to dry enough to get the truck working right. On these steep trails, some of the more flat ones I can work with, but this trail goes this way and this way. And once it starts sliding, as soon as it breaks traction, it wants to go. Almost went off down there. Would have been a fun ride, but it didn't. Now, I don't know if I can get down in there and work on them big branches and pull them up here or not. I'll have to go down and take a look and see. All right, what I've done, went down there where them big branches are and put a piece of tow strap around one and hooked the rope to it. And I got the rope just going through one pulley for a change of direction, so there's no mechanical advantage, just a straight pull. But I picked a branch, it's a big branch, but it's real light, it's pretty dry, it's cherry wood. So I can pull maybe I can pull a couple of light ones through and clear a trail and then go for the bigger, heavier ones. So that's what I got now. I'm ready to go start the mule and see if I can pull this light one out there and start clearing the trail. And if it'll even come or if it's going to get hung up on junk. So we'll see. But it should come out right where you're looking, I think. But I've been wrong before. I think it was in 1957, June, if I remember correctly. All right, here goes nothing. The trail when I got stopped. Feels like it hung up on something. I could feel it going before that. I could feel it's bouncing off of stuff. But then it got to something that didn't want to bounce off of and stop me. So we'll go down and see what we got here. Oh, I see what we got. It stopped because it pulled clean across the trail. It hit into the other bank. Hit into the tree with a pulley. No wonder it stopped me. Good gravy. Oh, and as a bonus, we got another little stick. Let me turn you around here so you can see what's going on. Well, that was pretty nice. Hope the rest go that easy. There it is, huh? And as a bonus, we got that little stick there, came along with it. But it done pulled it clean across the trail and banged up against the tree there where the pulley is. So that was pretty nice. Now I got to push it back a little bit, keep it off trail so I can get old Red through here Friday. I'll just get it laying next to that big one there is be the goal. And gather up the rope and go down and hook to another one. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. Yeah, this is good enough for a piece of firewood. Put it down in here with the rest of them. That too. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Got a piece of a poplar tree. Yeah. Don't need to undo the shackle. I can undo the knot much easier. Because we'll have to drag it back down to the next branches anyway, so. All right. Okay. All I did was put this piece of tow strap around it, cinch it up, and let's see if we can pull this back. Shame got all that effort to pull it out here and then you got to pull it back, but that's what happens. Okay, cinch her up. Let's see, pull it over. There we go. So now get the mule and the rope back down here and we'll go down and hook it to another one and see if we can get lucky again. So far so good. Alright, now put a nice bowline on the bite here. Put it over the old hook on the mule. Try and pull this nice piece of cherry out. Depending upon which way it rolls. If it rolls so that crook points up, it's probably slide right on out. If it rolls so that crook points down, probably going to get hung up. So, what's it going to do? We don't know. But we'll know in a few minutes. Here we go. That is. I kind of watched it out the back a little bit, and as far as I could turn my head, and I just seen the end coming up to the edge of the trail there. That's two. So, you know, that probably means old Red's going to be stuck down there for a week or two. Two easy pulls. We'll get another one. Man, we're on a roll here. Speaking of old Red being stuck, my first winter here, it was kind of dry day, nice, and I took old Red down on the far other side, on the other holler. And we got down there, and I was fooling around doing some stuff, and while I was down there, it started misting a little rain, then it turned to snow, and the hill got all slippery. I couldn't get old Red back up. Old Red was stuck down there. So I walked up all 890 feet. And every day for a week I went down there and tried to get old Red up. Old Red wouldn't come up. Get halfway, go back down the bottom, leave it sit, walk back up. Did that every day. Made a video every day, little camera on the dash. Every day I couldn't make it up, I deleted it. After a week, I finally got old Red up there. That was before I got the big winch. But finally, it took a week. And that was before I had the Hummer, so I only had the one truck. Wasn't going nowhere, but I have plenty of food. I don't care if I get snowed in, iced in, stuck here, riots, whatever. I don't care. I always have plenty of food. And with this woods now, if I run out of food, I'll find food. Yeah, I'm not above eating a possum or a raccoon or even a coyote. If I'm hungry and you're hungry, we'll find us something to eat out here. And if things are that desperate, you know, we don't care about what the date is. We're hungry, we're going to eat. All right. Well, now we got to bring the mule back down and gather up the loose rope and go down and get another one. Oh, here we go. Put our bowline on the bite. Hook it to the hook. Loop it over the hook on the mule and pull again. We've gotten 2. Will we get 3? We'll know here shortly. Uh-oh. Made a little short. Got it. Woo-wee. Ooh, doggies. As Jethro's daddy used to say. All right, here we go. Right, here we go. Back down to the rabbit hole. Let's see what we got. Come through all that debris laying there. All right, this time, now that I had my snack, I went down there and got 4 or 5 smaller ones and bundled them together with the strap and got the rope hooked to them. Now we'll give it a pull and see if they'll come. Sometimes when I do the bundles, they pull through nicely like one big log. Other times one or more will slide out, and so you just never know. Just see what happens. Give it a pull. And go from there. It's a pretty hard stop. We'll see if it got hung up or if it's pulling out or what's going on here. And it ain't up here yet, so that's an issue. Ah, they got turned sideways. How'd that happen? Well, that ain't no good. Wonder if I can unsideways them without a big hassle here. Just barely caught on that tree. Oh, also caught on that grapevine. That's the problem. That's why they got turned sideways. All right, we're going to need the electric saw, the battery saw, and cut that grapevine. Let's cut this old grapevine. Uh-oh. Sucker. Almost cut my strap. Chain bounced almost, but didn't. Nicked it a bit. But I got more pieces of strap. Now we're free. Now it ought to come on up. I don't think there was any more down there to get today, but we'll look and see. But don't like that trip, but got to do what you got to do. The only good thing is I'll be coming right by Jungle Jim's and Sam's Club on the way back, so I can stop both them places. Jungle Jim's makes the whole trip worthwhile. I can spend hours in there just roaming around. No, it's got neat stuff. Sometimes I buy something I can't even pronounce what it is, don't even know what it is. Just buy it, eat it, and see if it's any good. Weird stuff. If you ain't never been to Jungle Jim's in Cincinnati, you want to go. He's got 2 locations, and they have like a whole aisle of German food, a whole aisle of English food, a whole aisle of Asian food, a whole aisle of Thai food, just all kind of stuff. Whole aisle, 2 aisles of Mexican food. Man, it's just amazing what he's got. And then their produce section is the most amazing produce section in any store I ever been in. They got produce, all kind of stuff. Man, it's amazing. Their produce section is as big as the IGA store I go to buy beef tenderloins. That's how big it is. It's huge. It's all fresh stuff, all good stuff too. It's not wilted and ready to go away. I mean, it's good stuff. At any rate, I'm going to call it a day. Until the next time, see ya.